and then Audacity. Microphone is USB PNP audio device.
Perfect. We're good.
Nailing it. I
Sweet.
said I'm nailing it. Shit show of a start.
No. Well, this is going to be kind of loosey-goosey anyway, so.
Oh, sweet. Just how I roll on first dates. Hello, friends, and welcome to the Activity Continues podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Megan.
And I'm Amy.
We discuss episodes of the Travel Channel TV show The Dead Files.
But as you know, we're on a little hiatus. We finished season 1 and we are preparing for season 2, but we wanted to pop in and let you know what we're up to. Megan, what have you been doing in your free time?
Oh, let's see. We took a family trip to Camp Dells in Waterville. We met my longtime best friend and her family down there. They were camping, and so we went for the day, and my son just went bananas for the water, like splashing and swimming all around in the, well, like kiddie pool. He wasn't like, Michael Phelps in it up, right. But he was just playing, and he ran he took one 15-minute nap on the way down.
Wow.
And then one 15-minute nap when John went to get the car. But other than that, he went from 11:30 until 6 straight.
Wow. I bet he slept good that evening.
Oh my God, he crashed so hard. Well, once we got home though, he still was going.
Oh, it takes a little while to wind down.
I've gotten him trained to the point. Yeah. He was definitely winding down. He wasn't his normal self, but his normal run into the wall self. Speaking of, really funny. So today is Father's Day and also Juneteenth. And so we went out to brunch with John's dad, and I was playing with my son and, just kind of walking around, and he'd never really experienced full length windows before. And I wish I'd been videoing him because I'm watching him and he walks straight into the window, falls backward, and he's fully splayed, hands behind him, feet sticking straight up in front of him. And I laugh and I'm like, yeah, buddy, that's a window.
Oh.
You can't walk through those. But he just was like, what the fuck just happened?
What? He's like a bird that flies
like
into a window.
He flew right into the window. He didn't do it again, but man, it was funny.
I have watched so many people walk into sliding glass doors, and I will tell you right now, every single one of them was male. It's something that guys do. They just walk straight into shit. It's at least he's starting early.
Yeah. So it was so funny. Let's see. What else have I been up to? I read a really good fantasy novel series, waiting for the other one. It's the Crave series.
Oh, I think you talked about that.
Yeah, it's
a time or two ago.
Yeah, it's a good series. And I'm sure I've said this before. I have to keep in mind that it's aimed towards teenagers.
Yeah.
Because the writing, every time the writer says the phrase, somebody has somebody's back, take a drink. He's got my back. He's got my back. We have each other's backs. They have my back. I've got their back.
We get it.
Yeah, we get it. You're fucking best friends.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's a really good kind of fluff series where you don't really have to think. It's not, gonna stress you out.
I like those.
Yeah. So it was a good little fluff. But, after you read a really good series, at least for me, or a good book or whatever you read, it's hard to find another book because now your expectation is so high. You're like, I'm never going to find a book as good as that one, so why even bother?
Yeah, I felt that way before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's just it. We're under a heat advisory now, so staying inside for the next couple of days.
Oh, my God.
It's supposed to get so hot.
Really bad.
What about you? What are you guys been up to? I hear you're recovering from the plague.
Yeah,
but
the
not
grip.
the Rona.
Yeah, no. I did. This started almost a week and a half ago now.
Wow.
Started as a little tickle in my throat, and then it went into my sinuses, and then it went into my chest.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did a virtual visit with a doctor to see if it was bronchitis or something, and she said, "Oh, I don't think it is, but if it doesn't go away in a few more days, you have to go in and be seen in person." So that was useless and a waste of $50. But no, I did do a at home COVID
couple,
test.
you?
I only did the one this time.
Oh, okay.
But I did do a home test.
Yeah.
And it was negative. No sign of any pink line on there at all, so it was fine. And it didn't really feel like it.
COVID, and you're not pregnant.
And exactly. Well, that would be a real feat. But yeah. So
it's
no
miracle, baby.
Just call me the Virgin Amy.
That is what I call you, actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So then, while I was sick, I let myself not do any kind of work, and so I sat on the couch and rewatched season 2, and then watched season 3 of In the Dark. That Netflix show. Well, actually, it's a CW show, but it's on Netflix.
You know, I started that. I know because you and I had talked about it, and I just never finished it. Not that it wasn't good. It was so really good. It's so good. She is such a good actress, too. She's adorable.
Yeah. So the premise, for those of you who don't know, it's about a blind woman. She's in her 20s, and she's kind of a hot mess. She's
super
big
like
drinker.
Yeah.
And she's
commitment issues.
Yeah. And she's, I mean, you kind of like her because she's the star and everything, but
she's a bitch.
She's a bitch. She's a narcissist.
Yeah.
She's a manipulator. She's really good at getting people to do things that she wants them to do. But at any rate, in the very beginning, I think the first episode, a friend of hers is murdered, and she then spends the whole first and second season trying to figure out who killed him. Yeah. And then she finds out at the end of the second season who killed him. Spoiler alert. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to tell you who it is, but
okay.
She finds out who it is, and then then more things just keep compounding her life, and it's not enough for her just to figure out who killed the friend. So, but she has a guide dog, and his name is Pretzel. And I didn't like her in the beginning at first because she wasn't very nice to Pretzel.
She is not.
She was not nice to Pretzel at first, and I hated her. And I was like, I don't know if I can watch this. But she does tend, she comes around and she realizes how much she needs him. And so I spent the week and a half on the couch watching this every day, all day, worrying about Pretzel because there were scenes where Pretzel wasn't there. And I'm like, where's Pretzel? And there's scenes where she's running all over Tarnation with her friend, doing stuff and trying to solve problems. And Pretzel's with her. But I'm like, when's the last time Pretzel ate anything? He needs water. And it'll say, because I have closed captions on.
Yeah.
Always. And so it'll say Pretzel whines. And I'm like, what does Pretzel want?
Pretzel's probably hungry.
Pretzel's probably hungry. He has to go potty.
Yeah.
His needs are not being met. And so I got really stressed out watching.
There are two types of people in this world.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the one that was more worried about.
A caveat at the end of the episode, no dogs were harmed during the making of this episode.
I know no dogs were harmed. I know Levi or Trip, the dogs that play Pretzel. I know they're fine. I'm worried about Pretzel.
I love that you know their names.
Oh yeah, I follow them on Instagram. But I'm worried about the character Pretzel because she does not take care of him like I think she should. She does stop and get him a bottle of water once in a while.
Even though he's a fake dog.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. I wanted to make sure. I just want to make sure. Not judging.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just want everybody to be on the same page.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, good.
I mean, it's a fictional character played by a real dog. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, So then also in other personal life, my mom is selling her house and is looking for someplace new, and I think we found her something.
Is
So
it the condo building?
it is the same building that Greg's mother lives in, so that's going to be fun.
She's going to love it.
Oh my God. So
maybe they're neighbors.
They are one floor apart.
Do both of them know this?
No.
Probably for the best.
No.
For everybody to know.
Greg's mom knows that my mom might be moving in there. My mom knows that Greg's mom lives there.
But they don't know where.
But they don't know where, and they don't know it's happening for sure. I mean, my mom, I guess we don't know if it's happening for sure until we find out if the money's going to work out. But at any rate, so send good vibes because we need that to happen. So that's been stressful. And then once that's settled, then I have to go over to her house and help her clean out everything because her place is a mess.
How many years has she lived there?
42.
Holy crap.
Yep.
Clear your schedule because that's going to be a doozy.
Yeah. The nice thing is that we have a rock star realtor who is, you know, our friend Melissa, friend of the podcast.
She wrote our song.
Yeah. It's her husband, Tony.
Oh, they helped you with your house.
Yep. She works with him too. She's not a realtor, but she assists him too. I'm looking for my lipstick because I look dead. So here it is. So
for the record, you don't look dead.
Oh, I feel like I look really washed out. Anyway, so Tony's doing a rock star job and found a buyer that is willing to buy my mom's house as is. So all she has to do is take what she wants, beat feet. The way Tony said it is she doesn't even have to sweep. She doesn't have to do anything.
She
take what she wants.
Sign that tomorrow.
I know. So that's good. We just have to get her to mentally pare down what she thinks she needs to bring with her.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't need everything that she wants to bring in.
Yeah. So it's that, to be fair though, that's 42 years.
I know.
Tough.
I know. It's really tough. It's tough.
I mean, that's longer than I've been alive. So I don't know, but
yeah,
I would assume.
Yeah. It's tough. I did that when we moved from our uptown house to our house now, because it's the old house was Victorian. This house is MCM.
Very modern.
Yeah. So there was no way I could even bring our furniture. I mean, nothing fit, nothing matched. So it was really, really weird to just give up all of that.
Yeah.
But it was also really fun to have all new stuff, you know? So I have to try and convince her that
some people don't embrace change like we do.
Yeah. I know. A lot of people really don't like change.
John stresses over change.
Oh.
I love it. Speaking of, he got a new job. He starts tomorrow.
Yay! Good
so
for
that's
him.
good because his other job was not. I don't want to say the name of the company, but it just wasn't a good fit for him.
Good.
So
good. Okay, good.
This one seems to be much better, and he doesn't even need to take the freeway to get to it. Like that's how close it is.
And
you
great,
son of a bitch. But no, it's close, and it's really close to daycare. So that's
good.
like if something happens, he's like right there.
He can go. Yeah, he can go get him. Nice. Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Big things happening.
Big things.
Yeah.
So podcast related too.
Yeah.
I watched a bunch of videos on mic placement, which I sent one to Megan today, and she just watched it. She will be building her blanket fort.
Blanket fort. Also, the first thing he didn't mention, which I thought was a little bit irresponsible, is know where your mic is.
Yeah.
In the microphone.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah.
You would think it's common sense, people, but it's not. Okay. I don't want to hear another word.
Yeah.
But I will say, when he was doing the stuff, and moving around, I was like, oh my God, that's how I sounded.
Yeah. It's interesting. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. We both have our mics pointed at our left shoulders so that we're not popping and all that. Hopefully that's working.
Yeah. I'd knock on wood, but the mic would pick it up. So
yeah, don't do that. You can do this. Hey. That would probably pick it up too.
Not probably.
Go ahead.
Mime knocking on wood.
Mime it. Yeah. So I also then edited the videos for episodes 10 and 11, and those are up on YouTube now. And I created a video for patrons, a special one that is just a montage of all of our drinks and our different drinks that we had and showing us falling in love with Rebel and all that.
Speaking of drinks, do we want to talk about what we did with Amy?
Yes, we can talk about that. There? It's not, but we can certainly talk about that.
We met with our patron Amy, and we came up with some drinks.
We did.
That we will be releasing soon. So we've got drinks for me and Amy.
Yeah.
We have TV show Amy drink.
Yep.
We have a Steve drink. We have a Matt drink. We have a sheriff drink.
Yep. What are the other ones? A historian. A genealogist.
Not a gynecologist.
And I mean, we could do a gynecologist one too. That might be funny, but
I think we're also going to do a drink for the.
Oh ring. Yeah. I think so what we did basically is just talk about like what we felt these drinks should be, and the only one we have solidified is the Megan, the co-host or whatever we're going to call it.
Yeah.
Because we talked about it, we put it together,
and
Megan
delicious.
Tasted it, and it was very good.
It is.
So
Megan approved.
Yeah, so that's
but
we
just
have that
kind of
settled.
Like what so with Steve, you picture him, in a dive bar with a stogie and like a glass of bourbon or a glass of scotch or something. So really just trying to figure out.
Yeah, so I think his is going to be something like a smoky Manhattan or something like that.
Amy,
or smoky
we
old
wanted
fashioned.
show Amy we wanted to do like something purple and like maybe some dry ice in it and get that smoke. So and this is just what we think, like our perceptions of the people in the show as a drink. So
right.
So that'll be coming.
Yep, we'll get those together and those will be coming out. And then I also rebranded all of our social media, all of our website, everything with the little guy, this little guy that's on my
the ghosty.
Shirt. Yep. And those of you who are watching the video, this is the sticker, what the sticker looks like. It is die cut, so it's like, it's not a big square that you would stick on something. It's like this,
Yeah.
So, but anyway, I rebranded everything with that's everywhere now on YouTube, and all the other old artwork is gone. And I think we need a name for that little guy, gal, non-binary. This
ghost.
Little dude, I think we need a name for him. So if you can think of anything, and listeners, if you can think of a name for that little thing, and if it should be male, female, or
I think
neither or both.
Non-binary.
I think so too.
Because we don't want to gender him. We don't know his.
No,
see, I'm already doing it.
Yeah.
We don't know its gender.
Right.
So we don't want to assume.
Right. So yeah, think of some names.
Yeah.
Noodle it around. Okay. So let's move on to other stuff. Oh, I just got really dizzy.
Uh-oh.
It's been like that ever since I got sick. So this past week we got a new Instagram follower, and I read her intro, and it says one of the things she uses to describe herself is a lover of, along with music and animals and reading, is competitive tanning. I was like,
we're not laughing at you.
Never heard that.
It's just a very interesting thing to compete in.
Yeah.
We're not laughing at you. We're just never heard of it before.
I think it might be a joke, but at any rate, so whoever, I'm not going to say your name, but you know who you are. I've never seen anybody else who does competitive tanning, so you know
maybe
who you
that
are.
means they're a winner in every event.
Maybe.
Winner by default.
Maybe.
No
so
competition.
We welcome you. If you would like to reach out to us and tell us what competitive tanning is all about, that'd be awesome. I Googled it, and all I got was a list of tanning salons. So
okay.
It's not that, but and then some of our friends have bought some merch and have sent us photos. So check out our socials and the blog. If you don't do socials, I put everything on the blog too. T-shirts, notebooks.
The notebooks are really good.
The notebooks are really cute. Yeah.
And they're good quality too. So
yeah, that's what Melissa said. So yep. And then we did reach 600 followers on Instagram, which I was really hoping we would before we recorded. Our 600th follower was a sexy time bot. So I'm not counting that one.
No.
So the person who followed right after that person is Digging Up Darkness Paranormal.
Yeah.
And it is a blogger named Christopher Miller. Digging Up Darkness is a paranormal research group whose goals are to search for truth, help others in need, and be a voice for the living and dead.
Love it.
So I thought that was great.
The picture is super fucking creepy.
It is a creepy picture.
It's like a hallway. It's like the hallway's dark, and they took a picture, and the flash lit up the hallway.
Yeah. Ooh. It's creepy. It's creepy. So I hope we can, make some contacts with that person. That sounds like fun.
Yep.
So go check them out, listeners. Go follow that Instagram page.
Yeah.
And thank you for being our 600th follower.
We love you.
Yes. Do you want to talk about the next exciting
Sure.
thing that might be happening?
It might be happening. A retired NYPD law enforcement officer reached out to us. We don't want to say his name, just in case it doesn't pan out or, whatever reason. But he said he would be willing to guest star on our show.
Yep.
And so he's written a couple of books. So we're reading those, so we have something to talk about instead of just going, "Oh my God, you're a retired New York cop," what's that like? And then staring at him. We want to actually have topics to talk to him about. So we might have him on, when we come back in a little bit.
Yep.
But that's super, I about shit my pants.
Yeah. I was like, "Oh, Megan, did I tell you I got an email from?" She's like, "What?"
I know. I was like, "Really?" It was. And at first I'm like, okay, well, is this real? But it's real. I'm 99% sure that this is a real person, and he is who he says he is, and he's not just fucking with us.
Oh, I don't think so. No.
Yeah. But you never know. You never know.
He doesn't know Steve DeChavy, I asked.
Oh, God damn it.
But he said there was 35,000 officers in the
He should know.
New York Police Department.
We're done with you.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
So yeah. But
he's got several books, actually. I was looking. He's got quite a few on Amazon. He's starred on a couple of other podcasts before. So and he's very New York, because I watched him, and he sent us a link to a video, and oh my God, is he New York? I love it so much.
I know. I think he's going to be a lot of fun. We just have to finish the books. We're each reading a different book of his.
Yep.
And then we'll, finish or get most way through the books, and then so we have some questions for him.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna invite him on. So
super
look forward to that coming up in season 2.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the other thing I wanted to be sure to cover is that in our Alcatraz episode, our last episode, we had some things that were confusing or incorrect or whatever, not necessarily our fault.
Yeah.
So I wanted to do a little kind of corrections corner, or whatever you want to call it, post-mortem sort of thing.
We're humans, we make mistakes. We don't intend to, but it happens. And if we ever make a mistake on an episode and you hear it, please let us know.
Yes,
please
yes.
Reach out to us. We never want to we'll always admit when we're wrong. Yep. It's not like we do it unintentional. So please, if we're ever wrong, let us know.
Let us know.
Be nice.
Please be nice. Don't be like, "You dumb bitches."
We'll say that to ourselves.
Yeah. We do that for ourselves plenty. We don't need anybody else doing that.
You should see our chats.
Someday when we're famous, we'll release our text messages.
Will we though?
Well, they'll be edited, but we're not going to release everything.
When we're famous, for sure.
Yeah.
We're on our way. We've got 600 Instagram followers.
I know, right? So the first thing is that when we were talking about Robert, the bank robber, and we were like, "Well, it seems like he had to have been naughtier than he said he was in order to be at Alcatraz, the worst of the worst," right?
Right. We had doubts.
We did. And then I realized, and I should have remembered this because I covered this shit in my other podcast, which is riddled with bank robbers. But a bank robbery is automatically a federal crime, meaning that you wouldn't go to Stillwater State. You would go to a federal prison.
Yeah.
Yep. So we still kind of, at least I still kind of believe that he was holding something back.
But it does make sense that he would be there for
it does make
the bank
sense that
robbery.
he would have been at Alcatraz, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I did find an article about him. I can't remember what I searched, but I found an article about him.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll post the link in the show notes here. But it was an interview with an author. An author interviewed him about his time in Alcatraz. And one of the questions was, were you afraid during your years on Alcatraz? And he said, never. I had a reputation for being extremely violent. People were careful around me. The only time I was afraid on Alcatraz was when I came back a few years ago and the ranger asked me to speak to the public. So he's more afraid of public speaking than he was of being in prison.
I wonder what caused him to have that reputation. Was it just maybe like the way he looked?
He was a big guy. I mean, he was a big guy.
He was. Even when they interviewed him and he was kind of older, he was still like, you could tell back in his day, he was nobody to fuck around with.
Right.
So maybe he just got the reputation because of the way he looked and he wasn't violent at all.
Yeah, or his first day there, he
beat the shit out of somebody. Yeah.
Who knows? So then the other thing we talked about the men who, the 3 men in 1961, I think it was, who escaped. And then they were possibly found. One of them was possibly found later. And then I said something about how I knew there was a guy that washed up on the shore, but I didn't remember the details at the time. I did find the article in the newspaper. This was a year later. It was a different set of guys who ran off. Okay. So the first group, these are brothers John and Clarence and Anglin and Frank Morris. Those are the ones who got out. We were never seen from again until this possibilty of this letter that came out in 2019. That was when maybe written by one of them. Yeah. Who knows if that's real or not. But in 1963, a man named John Paul Scott, who was a bank robber, did escape, sort of. He got out, but he basically near drowned, washed up on the shore, and then I cut out a piece of this if you want to read that, Megan.
So, quote, this is from the article.
Yeah.
Quote, despite all of these obstacles, however, Scott became the first person to escape from Alcatraz and then conclusively complete the 3-mile swim to the shore near the Golden Gate Bridge. Unfortunately for Scott, the heroic swim had left him exhausted, hypothermic, and near death. Instead of continuing to flee after reaching the shore, he passed out. A group of teenagers eventually stumbled upon his motionless, naked body and called the authorities. By 7:40 p.m., Scott was put on a stretcher and rushed to the nearby hospital. His body temperature had dropped to 94 degrees Fahrenheit or 34.4 degrees Celsius, which is 4.6 degrees Fahrenheit below normal, and he convulsed so violently after awakening that he could not speak. After warming inside a thermal blanket for a half hour, however, his condition gradually improved. By 10:45 p.m., he was on his way back to Alcatraz. Before being escorted to the island again, he called out to the nearby newsmen, "I wished I could have made it." And I know, our body is 98 degrees, whatever. 4 degrees may not seem like a lot, but that's dangerous.
Yeah.
When you're talking about us, our bodies and them, the temperature change. That's really, really dangerous.
A little fluctuation.
Like much,
but because when you think that 97 is normal, and then 100 is quite sick.
Yeah.
So
if you're even 101 is really, really sick.
Yeah. And at what, 100
degrees?
Is it 104 when your brain starts cooking? Is that
I think so.
Something like that?
103. I think it's 104. I think you're right. Yeah. So I mean, it doesn't take much.
Yep.
So that's but I mean 3 miles in the ocean. That's
and the waters are cold.
Yeah,
those waters are cold.
Mm-hmm.
So So moving on to Al Capone, we had stated when we were talking about it, and also because the historian in the Dead Files episode said that Al Capone spent all his time on Cell Block D, or in Cell Block D. Yep, but it's not true.
Right.
He was actually in Cell Block B, D was solitary confinement, and he was not in solitary throughout his whole stay. He did do some time there, I believe, but he was not there all the time, like she said he was.
Not. That would
no
drive you insane.
And plus, like you pointed out, his brain was leaking out his ears from syphilis or whatever. Yeah. So he was in the hospital a lot of the time that he was there. So he spent his time in those 3 places, but not all the time on cell block D. And then I mentioned that we should probably, how we were like, Amy has to know what Al Capone looks like. Everybody knows what Al Capone looks like. And then I thought about it later, and I'm like, well, we're murderinos.
Yeah, we're
maybe
like
not
obsessed
everybody.
with crime.
Yeah, maybe not everybody would, and maybe she doesn't care about that kind of shit. So maybe it's not her wheelhouse.
Sorry, Amy.
So yeah, maybe she really didn't know what he looked like.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And we wondered about Leavenworth, if it was still open. It is. It is still operational.
Wow.
And then, my bad, I screwed up when I said that orcas killed people because I thought, because they killed, one of them killed somebody at SeaWorld. And so I assumed that, of course, they would kill somebody out in the wild as well if they had their druthers. But I Googled it, and no, there is no record of an orca ever killing a human in the wild, because they are not part of their natural diet.
Yes.
So
they're just dicks.
Yeah. They could mistake you for a seal. But it did say that when they realize their mistake, they'll spit you right out. So,
to be fair, though, most of the time that's what sharks do.
Oh, really?
I mean, if a shark does attack you, 9 times out of 10, it's just because it doesn't know what you are. It mistakes you for something else. I mean, if you think about it, I'm going to get on a little soapbox here.
That's fine.
Keep in mind, I am very afraid of sharks, but I love them. I think they're amazing animals. They basically haven't changed their design in 400 million years.
Crazy.
But when you don't know something, what do? You pick it up, you examine it. Sharks don't have that.
Right.
They don't have hands at all. They have fins. The only way that they can test something is to bite it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, if you get bit by a 15-foot great white shark, to them it'll just be a little bite, but it could be fatal to us. So when people think about sharks attacking humans, they don't attack you. It's usually a case of mistaken identity, or they're just curious, you know?
Yeah.
So
like a baby putting everything in his mouth.
Exactly. Sharks are very, we think that sharks are these mindless killing machines, but especially great whites. But there's been a lot of research in the last few years that show that they're actually pretty, intelligent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay, I'm done now. Oh, also, Shark Week is July 24th this year.
Sweet. So Megan's favorite time.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Like I said, I didn't date someone once because they wanted to go to Shark Week.
That's right.
So, take it seriously.
That's right.
But yeah. So maybe that's just what happens, with orcas. Their teeth aren't as sharp as sharks.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are a lot smarter than sharks, I will say.
Are they?
I think so, yeah.
I guess whales. Well, dolphins, I know. Oh, they're a dolphin, aren't they?
They're a dolphin.
Not a whale.
Yep,
yeah.
They are a
and
dolphin.
that's something I learned this week, too, or last week last episode.
Yep.
So,
I know all this useless info.
No, I know.
I can't do math, but, tell me,
I
will tell you anything about an animal.
I love useless info. It's the best. Do you follow that guy on TikTok? Every conversation with me has to do
guy?
where he talks into the thing, and he's hilarious. I can't remember his name. He does?
Yeah, I just saw him. He's got a book that came to print. Yeah,
Oh my God.
Yeah, he's so
I love him.
Funny.
Yeah, he's adorable. He's hilarious. I don't remember his username, so I can't say it now, but I will put it in the show notes. He's the best.
If you want to have a conversation with Amy and me, 9 times out of 10, it has to be about TikTok. That's where I get my news. That's where I stay current events. If it's not on TikTok, I don't know what's happening. I'm hip. You guys were hip.
Yep.
We're hip with the youths.
Yep. I tried to stay away from TikTok when it started, and I was like, this is stupid. Just people dancing. I don't give a shit about that. And then one day I just, fuck it. I put it on my phone, and I was like sucked in.
Yep.
It's pretty scary how much time I can lose just watching videos on TikTok.
Facts.
Yep. So another thing we talked about is how cold it was in San Francisco. And Megan was like, well, they all wearing puffy coats and all. And I remember that it's cold there, but I didn't think it was puffy coat cold.
Right.
So, But I did Google it, found out that the coldest month in San Francisco is January, which is a lot of the U.S. It lasts for 2 months, from December 4th to February 4th. The 4th, really, just one day. Like the 3rd, it's freezing. The 5th,
And the 5th,
it's fine.
it's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yep.
With an average daily high of a temperature below 59 Fahrenheit. And the coldest month is January, with an average low of 46 and a high of 57.
Okay, so that is puffy jacket weather.
Is it? I don't know. I'm not wearing a puffy jacket when it's 46.
Yeah, but when you're used to 90 and then
guess.
it drops to 46.
I guess, yeah. All right.
The South and then the warm people don't have our tolerance for frigidness.
Right.
Which I wish I didn't have.
I know. I'm much happier in the cold than I am in the heat. I cannot stand this heat that we're dealing with now. I can't breathe. I'm fucking crabby. My hair is a train wreck. Give me, as long as I have shelter and a warm coat, I want it to be cold. Much happier when it's cold.
Not
Really?
me.
That's funny.
I hate cold.
I love it. So, another thing that I'm working on that I started on today is I am creating a little shorty episode on all of the trailers, all of the promo partners in the Boo Pod network. And so I have created an episode of all of the trailers strung together. And then I'm going to remix some of our recordings for a season 2 trailer.
Nice.
That I will stick at the end of that.
Yep.
So I don't know if you and I are going to have to record anything else for it because I haven't written it yet. But if I do, we can hop on for a quick minute and do that. But I don't think it's going to be a big deal.
Yeah, let me know.
So yeah, stay tuned. We'll be releasing a new trailer for season 2 soon, along with that little recognition of the rest of the Boo Pod. And then after that, we'll have all new episodes for y'all. So let us know if you have any episodes of the Dead Files you want us to do. If there's a favorite.
We did have somebody on Instagram. We were in a group chat with her, and she did have one that she wanted us to do.
She did. Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. If you're on Instagram and you follow us on Instagram and you want to be part of our group chat, just send us a DM, and we'll add you to the group chat.
Yeah.
And then we can.
Currently 3 people.
Yep. So we can use
2 of which are us.
Yep. We could also do a WhatsApp chat if that's better for people who maybe aren't on Instagram. Maybe we could just do WhatsApp instead. I don't know. You guys let us know what you think. Let us know what you want.
Well, we'll be back soon.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for the update.
Yeah. Thanks for listening, friends.
Thank you. We'll
All
see you
right.
soon.
Okay.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Activity Continues podcast. We really appreciate you giving us your ears for a bit. Please reach out if you have a suggestion for which episode of the Dead Files we should cover next, or if you have a spooky story you'd like us to share on the show. We can be reached at theactivitycontinues@gmail.com or through our website or any of our socials. Links are all in the description of the show. Please feel free to drop us a note and say hi. And join us next time when the activity continues. The Activity Continues is produced by me, Amy, at Collected Sounds Media, and is part of the independent Collected Sounds podcast network. We are also proud members of the Boo Pod network of super cool podcasts.
Nailed it.